everyone, and welcome to another episode of 10K Dollar Day. This week, we are talking about oatmeal, journaling, and red wine.
Oh, sounds like a typical school day morning for me.
Let's go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to 10K Dollar Day. I'm Alison Burns,
I'm Lulu Picard.
and we're so excited you're here for another comedy podcast about imaginary luxury travel. This is episode 279. Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. So, what we're going to do in just a few minutes is we have gotten a magic word from one of our listeners, which is awesome. And then Lulu's going to take us on a trip. She's going to take a fake $10,000 in her mind and she's going to spend it in one day somewhere around the world and let you all know how she does it. Then we're going to talk. Well, first, we're going to talk about obsessions and wish list, and then we're going to do a cool improv segment. So, check that out. Now, a little tidbit of information here. Lulu and I are actually both remotely recording today from hotel rooms. So I am in Orlando, Florida at a dance competition. And Lulu, where are you?
I am in Los Angeles at 1776, which is not a dance competition.
But it's close. You do lots of dancing and lots of heavy lifting, which I feel
It's
like is
true.
about the same. We are what, 3 hours apart in time zones?
So I don't know what the all I know, Allison, is it's 5:15 in the morning. That's all I know about myself in Los Angeles. That's as far as I can get. I know that I woke up on time. I know that I
Yeah, you
didn't make
did.
you wait around for me. So, as far as I'm concerned, today is a win.
Yes, win-win.
Mhm.
Listen, I will tell you something about Lulu and I. We are consistent, okay? So if anything feels a little weird about this podcast, if you're listening, I don't know if my audio feed, how it's going to sound. I'm actually on some AirPods right now recording. So there's that. And then also if you're watching on YouTube, remember we do have a YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/10K Dollar Day. There might be a few times. Well, first of all, you can see me literally spread eagle right now, like on my knees. I'm like spread eagle on the floor of a hotel room. My phone is propped up against a small cooler and a yoga block. And I'm recording from my hotel room. And if you're watching on YouTube, sometimes my face might come in and out because if I go to look at my notes, we have realized on the iPhone with StreamYard that my face goes away. But not complaining. It's a cool concept that I can even record right now. So thank you, StreamYard. All right. So, Lou, do we have any news?
We don't have like news, but I'll tell you one thing. My Can you see my lip in this thing? Can you see
Yeah.
my lip at all? Can you see that
Yeah.
spot?
Oh, what'd you do?
So, yesterday I went to the dermatologist. First of all, I should just, you know what? Can this like go into my obsession?
Yeah, of course. Let's do it. I love a
All right.
segue.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. So, my obsession right now is the ZocDoc app. Do you
Oh,
know
I
that
love
app?
that app. Yes.
Yes, where you
It's
can
good. Yeah.
schedule your doctor's appointments that way, right? But one of the best things about it is that you can search by appointment time. So for someone who's traveling a lot like me, I can say, I'd like to go to a dermatologist Friday morning because that's when I'm
Yeah.
free. And it'll just show me places that are open or have appointments on Friday morning.
Yeah.
It's like Open Table, but for doctors.
That's cool.
So for being on the road and trying to, especially like going to a dermatologist, every time I call, they're like, we're taking appointments in like 7 months.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I need to come in now. So it worked really well. End result, they biopsied the mole on my lip,
Oh,
which I was like, okay, so all I'm thinking of as she says we need to biopsy this thing, and I was like, okay, cool. And in my head, I was like, all right, how am I going to put lipstick on my lip? Like, I know that sounds
oh,
stupid,
right.
but I was like, what does this mean for tonight? She was like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to go in tonight. I was like, Well, I've bitten my lip before where it bled and it was annoying, but after a few hours, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
all right, I
yeah.
mean, I'll
Like, it's
handle
my
this.
lip.
I had the procedure done at 9:40 in the morning and my show was at 8 p.m. So I thought
Sure.
this would be fine. Alison, what was I thinking? I left that place bleeding from my face and I was like, yeah, I'll do the show tonight. It'll be okay. And then I go to Target and with our friend Chris, who's one of our stage managers, and I
Yeah.
just went straight from the doctor's and met him to walk to Target. And I'm on the way to Target and I'm like, this is not stopping. I am like just shocked at how long it took.
Yeah.
It didn't stop actively being a situation until like 7 p.m.
Did you still do the show?
No,
Oh, okay, okay.
no. He immediately looked at me and was like, you can't go in today. I was I was like, yeah, I know. I know. I'm like, it's like a crime scene. I know. I understand.
That's so
So,
funny.
yeah, I mean, there's no like, and then the numbing stuff starts to wear off. And so now I just feel like I was punched in the face
Oh,
because
no.
they had to numb my lip.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
so once it wears off, you're like, "Oof."
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, what's your
Yeah.
obsession?
Oh, the ZocDoc app.
Oh, okay, that's the obsession. Got it,
Because
got it.
it
I
was
didn't know
so
if you had, like, a
easy. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
went to a tangent, but it was so easy to make that appointment. To be honest, I have put off a lot of appointments because I just live on the road and I'm like, oh, I don't have
Yeah,
time to figure that out or do that. But then
that's
I went to
great.
this dermatologist and she said, no matter where I am in the country, I can telehealth in. So now I
That's
think I
really
have
cool.
like a dermatologist, which is great.
That's awesome. Yay. Well, mine
Yeah.
actually has to do with skin too. Isn't that weird?
Oh, tell me.
Yeah. So my obsession, it's right here, is Aquaphor.
Oh, yeah.
Here's why. It is saving. Okay, so I think I talked about this. I can't remember if it was here or on the Daily Happy, but I'm getting some of my tattoos lasered off.
Hmm.
And this last time I've had 3 rounds. The third round was the worst. It blistered so bad. I'm talking half an inch to an inch of blisters. Like I couldn't wear shoes
What?
for probably 10 days. I had to wear flip-flops and I don't wear flip-flops. So it just now the blisters have finally gone down, but Aquaphor is saving my life. I have a tiny one and I have a big one, and I literally just carry it around with me because it gets so raw when I wear shoes now. I just like slather it on. I love it. And then what's fun is I put it on my foot and then like I'll wipe my hand off, wash my hands, but then I also put it on my lips. I'm just like putting Aquaphor like all over my body because it's so great.
I
I
know.
love it. And there's no fragrance. I love that. So I can still wear like my perfumes. I'm obsessed.
We're so
Yeah.
old.
We're I know.
What are we talking about today? And I have a
I
cardigan
know.
on. Do you see this? I have like a wool cardigan on over my shoulders, like I'm, I don't
Uh,
know, knitting by the sea or something.
That's so
Jeez,
funny. All right, what's on your wish list?
nerds.
I
On
know.
my wish list is impossible, but I wish that at hotels, because it's either or. If you order food at a hotel, sometimes it can come straight to your door and sometimes it can't. And it
Right.
usually means if it comes straight to your door, it's great, but it means that the security in your hotel is the pits, right?
Oh, right.
Because anybody could just get up in the elevators.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Sometimes they can buzz people through, but still. And otherwise, you have to go collect delivery food in the lobby.
Yes.
Not a huge deal unless you are, let's say, under the weather or bleeding from your face, in which case it is a big deal. And I do have enough food here. I'm just a little annoyed because I'm just a little annoyed. And the
Yeah,
more that
I
we are
hear.
doing this, the more I realize that opening my mouth kind of hurts.
Oh no, that's the
That's all right.
worst.
I can mumblecore my way through a podcast, but I won't be able to like sit down, John, maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh
We'll see how
yeah.
this
No, I don't
goes.
blame you.
Yeah. What
All
about
right,
you? What's on your
my
wish list?
Okay, so my wish list is, and this is so bougie, and I completely understand that, but I wish that I had like a water bottle collection because I really like, okay, and the reason I say this is because okay, wait. One of my students offered her house the other day for us to film some of my kids' film. So I'm at her house. She has a gorgeous house. It's just beautiful. They're very blessed. And in the kitchen, the mom was like, "Do you guys want anything to drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she pulls out this drawer, and inside the drawer are it looks like a Stanley water cup shop. And she had every color of Stanley water jug. And I was like, "What is this?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, I kind of have an obsession." She was like, "I love to color coordinate my water bottles with my outfit." And I was like, "New wish list unlocked." Like, of course I want to color coordinate my outfits with my water bottle. Like, what if today I had a red one? And I was like, that would be so cute. I mean, I know that's just the craziest wish list, but that I feel
No,
like was a good
I
one.
kind of love it because I don't know what it is in my body that even if I have a perfect water bottle, I'm still looking for another one. Like
Oh, same.
I don't
Yeah,
understand, right?
it's
What
weird.
this animalistic urge
It's
is
so
to buy
true.
water bottles. Um, but yeah, I've never heard of anyone color coordinating their water bottle, but now if did I say coordinating? I didn't say all the syllables in that word. I haven't heard of anybody coordinating their outfits with their water bottles. Did you know that I
Yeah.
speak professionally for a living? Did you know that? Isn't that
But I
odd?
also feel like at some point you and I just think that everyone gets our talk, so it's
Our
like we can kind of
contraction.
half it. Yeah, we're like, you got it."
We can have it. We're such good friends. We just skip syllables in the middle of words. That's what you're saying. All right. It's like
We
not
just
even
color forward
twin speak.
everything.
It's just getting
Yeah,
older speak.
yeah.
Um, at some point, it'll just be acronyms, and I'll be like, "That's a paragraph of conversation. I understand." I Anyhow, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Well, that's good because now it's time for 10K.
10K.
Say.
Yes.
It's a 10K dollar day. Imaginary travel and a laugh or two. As we tell you all the crazy things we wanna do. We buy top drawer, but we don't really pay. So say what's your happy and you'll be our bae.
So here we go. Magic word.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Davila. I am Alison Burns' ex-husband, and the word is unconditional.
It's so passive aggressive, Jeff.
I mean, we do have an 18-year-old together. So I feel like I don't know if that's his way of being
It's the
like
best.
unconditional. I mean, I'm still paying child support. Isn't she 18 yet? She's
Oh
still
my
asking me
God.
for money.
She's
Yeah.
still dancing, huh?
She is. Listen, until that dance career's over, Jeffrey.
Yeah, but
No,
what
that
you
was
don't know, Jeff, is that actually this whole dance mom thing is a scam and it's full of women with kids from previous marriages who just dress their children up, take pictures, and put it online. And really, I've been to these dance competitions with your ex wife. They're just walking around drinking white wine. Okay. That's
so
what this
true.
is happening. It's all a lie.
We're like, send him another text. Tell him to Venmo you more money because the costume fee is so much higher than we thought. We have to rhinestone it now. So he needs to send like an additional $50.
With your color coordinated hydro flask wine cups. I get it. Alison, I get it. I'm excited how your life turned out. You know what I mean? You figured it out.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. But unconditional, was this hard for you to find a place to go?
Well, yes. Why were you just so excited you didn't have to do it? Do you try
Yeah.
to figure out where you'd go with the other person's
I
word?
do think about it, like, as I'm researching a charity, I'm like, because that to me, if it's like if the charity's super easy or if my role play's super easy, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I could have figured this out." But this one was tough, so I was like, "Ooh, I wonder
Yeah.
what I would have done."
Okay, so unconditional was difficult, but I just kind of went and thought of it as all inclusive. Like you
Oh, I like
could,
that. All in.
go on a vacation and everything is covered relatively unconditionally. So it would have to be somewhere that's like known for service, where kind of
Okay.
the customer is always right, like in the worst way possible.
Yeah, I
You know what
like
I mean?
that.
And when we do this, sometimes we have found some really luxe, all inclusive results all over the world, right?
Yes.
Like the Maldives. How do you
Yeah,
say that
yeah.
place?
I say
Maldives?
Maldives, but I've never been there, so
All right. So
I can't be
us too.
sure.
So Maldives, you found Marlon Brando Island at one point. That came up in my searches. All sorts of exotic kind of places, a lot of tropical places. Well, I
Yeah.
found one in Walland, Tennessee.
Oh, Walland. I've never heard of that.
That's because we're not rich enough to have heard of this place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only like the richies. So it's called Blackberry Farm.
Oh,
It is somewhere around the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. It is
okay.
gorgeous. It's a giant tract of land. And this place is not only known for stellar service and luxury accommodations, blah, 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 but it is known as the place where if you want to go on a food vacation in the United
Mhm.
States, a luxury one, this is where you go. All of your meals are included at their restaurant. You can only go to this restaurant basically if you're a registered guest. They have a couple reservations open throughout the rest of the year for like other people, but you have to just be put on a wait list. And
Whoa.
yeah, and you eat, so breakfast and lunch you eat in like this gorgeous barn that then
Yeah,
becomes a full fine dining place at dinner. And we're talking like like dress code is everywhere on this website. It's
that's
resort casual
crazy.
around the place. And then for dinner, it's like you could wear a jacket if you want. Women love to wear dresses. I mean, it's a little old fashioned and fuddy duddy
Yeah, yeah,
as far
yeah.
as um, even the way they phrase it is kind of crazy. But then they do say like, and as you're walking around the property, stylish adventure wear would be very appropriate.
Oh,
I don't even know what stylish adventure wear
I
is.
don't either. I feel like I'd have to Google that.
Like if like adventure wear? Is that
I
like
would
pith
think
helmets?
like, oh, maybe. I was thinking like, yeah, like Indiana Jones.
Right, but you're just in Tennessee. Like you're not
I
actually,
know,
I
but
don't know. Well, you have to do a 3-night minimum in order to stay
okay.
at this resort. The rooms start at over $1,000 a night. They
Whoa.
start there.
Start.
And the most
Okay.
expensive cabin that I found, which was up to I believe 5 bedrooms. You can get a
Mhm.
5-bedroom cabin.
That's crazy.
11,000 a night.
Oh, 11,000
11?
a night? How many bedrooms?
That one was a 5-er. That was the biggest one I
That's
found.
it?
What do you mean that's it? A 5-bedroom cabin? That's gigantic.
I would want at least 11 bedrooms for $11,000.
You're
That's
right.
what
What
I
was I
think.
thinking? What was I thinking? You're right. Okay, so obviously, Allie. Oh, I guess okay. For some reason, I got the cottage, which means we have to share a room. But looking at the price, I could have just gotten us 2 smaller rooms, and we each
Oh,
get our own room. So let's do that
that's okay.
instead.
Okay, great.
Because I like my space, and I want to have at least 2 bathrooms for $2,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we're staying at the Blackberry Farm.
Okay.
But because we have to have 3 nights and we can't afford 3 nights. So you have to do 3 nights. So that's what we just have to do. We have to be on vacation longer than we were going to be, which is okay. The cottage, if we got the cottage, has a wood burning fireplace. It has a private covered front porch with 2 chairs.
Right.
It has a stocked pantry, whatever that means.
Ooh,
It
okay.
just says stocked pantry.
Yeah, I mean snacks.
And you get your own golf cart to travel around the property.
Oh, that's cool.
I know.
That's very cool.
You just get your own
So
golf
you don't
cart.
have to leave property at all?
Uh-uh.
Oh, that's
Not
cool.
not at this beautiful place in Tennessee. So
That's awesome.
almost everything that I do is on property. There's only one thing I leave for.
Okay.
Because it's unconditional.
There you go. You don't have to leave.
Don't have to leave. It's like Hotel California. So I got the rose petal turn down. I think that just means
Okay.
they put rose petals on your bed before you go to sleep.
Yeah, yes, that's what it means.
Yeah. So that's $50.
Okay.
I also got champagne and a dozen roses and a charcuterie board to welcome me on my way in.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was $250 for the champagne and dozen roses. It was $75 for the farmstead cheeses charcuterie board. This is also a working farm, so almost everything that they try to source almost everything on the land that you're
Okay, that's
eating.
amazing.
I know, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
breakfast at the barn. And remember, all of this is kind of included. It felt kind of like being on a cruise ship.
Okay, I like that.
You know, because you get this menu and you can kind of pick whatever you want. And
Yeah.
we're going to have orange cornmeal griddle cakes with pecan butter and
Yum.
spiced maple syrup. We're going to
Yum.
have biscuits and gravy. We're going to have overnight oats and other oatmeal-y stuff. We're going to have grits with pork belly and cheddar cheese. I mean, all the things. We will not be hungry. We're going to eat
That's
at that
awesome.
barn. Then it's time to start our day with a working farm tour.
Okay.
So this is an extra add-on. Some of this stuff is extra add-on stuff because I had to get the price up. So the working farm tour, like you actually help and work out in the garden for like
that's
an hour.
cool.
Yeah, and it's going to be the food that we eat that night. So I think that'll be a lot of fun, and we'll just learn about
That's
the
very
farm
cool.
and walk around and help out. And it's only an hour and a half because they know. They're like, don't get
Yeah.
these city people in here to like mess up our stuff. They're probably like,
Right.
here's a very simple task for you to do. It's over in the corner,
Yeah.
City Slicker. All right. So then we're going to be so tired because we don't work on farms.
No,
and
we
me.
don't know how.
So after an hour and a half of working on a farm, I'm going to need a nap.
Yes.
Well, before or after a nap, we're going to have lunch at the barn, back at the barn.
Okay.
So it's time to go to lunch where we're going to have stuff like pistachio hummus and honey cumin grilled quail.
Oh.
I know, it's very fancy, the Blackberry
It's very
Farm.
fancy.
Then it is time to go on our field and stream ride on horses.
Okay.
Where we go through streams.
That's cool.
I know. I feel like we're going to feel like we're exploring and doing things.
That's why we need the explorer outfits. It makes sense now.
The adventure wear. Yes, we need it. Okay, so P.S. that working farm tour for up to 4 people in your party was $275.
Oh, okay.
And the field and stream ride on horses is $250 each. So now we're up to $500 extra dollars.
Okay.
Now we've already ridden our horses. And so we're going to be like, hey, let's do something where one of us feels like they can aim and the other one will just be mad about it. I don't know which one of us is going to be good at this, Allison. But we're going to go. No, it's something that I actually do want to do in real life. Archery lessons.
Oh, yeah. I want to try that too.
And we're doing that at the Smoky Mountain Sports Club. Now, this is set up by the resort, but it's 45 minutes away to go to this like shooting range.
They bus you?
So I'm guessing you get into a shuttle of some sort, but I want to make efficient use of our time. So while we are in the shuttle going to our archery lesson, PS that's $220 each, so it will cost us $440 to do archery. But while we're in that 45-minute drive, I'm going to hire 2 massage therapists from the resort to massage our feet in the car or whatever we
That's
need, because
bougie.
we just worked in a farm and rode horses.
That's hysterical.
I think it's a genius move, actually, Allison.
No, it's very smart. I've never heard of that. Can you drive
Uh-huh.
with me and massage my feet? That's so funny.
Yeah, so an in-room massage is so expensive there. An in-room
Really?
massage is $440 for them to come to your room and give you
Wow.
an 80-minute massage. So I'm thinking this is going to take about 90 minutes out of their day. So I'm going to pay them $700 each.
Yeah, because especially if they're
That's-
driving there and back. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's $1,400. And then I got an Uber home for them for $100.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
All
Great.
right, so we're covered. And we feel better. Our feet feel better. Now we can go and like archer.
Yeah.
Then we finish arching
Okay.
and we go, somehow I didn't get us a car. I don't know how we do this, but then we go to the Historical General Store Museum at the T.H. Ellis Grocery. Now
Okay.
this is the only thing we're doing that is not put together by the resort, but it's
Okay.
really cool. It is a preserved general store from 1901. So when you walk
cool.
in, it's set up like the store was set up in 1901. Like you
Oh,
can just,
does it have like old time like labels and all of that?
oh yeah, it's not a working store at all. It's a museum
Oh, that's cool. But it's set up like a store.
with all the real things that you would have bought and all the things. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's cool.
And it is packed to the gills. You can actually find a walkthrough of it on their Facebook page, which is the only website they have. And that is linked in our show notes. And the show notes live in our newsletter. So if you're interested in getting those show notes, it's super easy. All you have to do is go to our website at 10kdollarday.com. It's the name of this podcast. It's right there, .com.
Yep.
And then there's a little thing called newsletter. And if you've been a little nervous about signing up for that, you're like, I get so much junk mail. So far, we have never sent anything else out on that except our weekly newsletter. That's it.
Yeah.
And if we ever have anything like giant, like surprise, we're both in Kansas City and we're going to do a pop-up show or something random like that, we might send something out, but so far we haven't. So
Right.
come join us, and it's real easy to just get those show notes. Okay. So we've gone to this general store museum where we bought nothing because we were not allowed to buy anything. And now I know I'm tired. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot for a day. So I'm going to take a nap, which is like my favorite move, but you don't love to take naps. So Allison, I'm
No.
giving you $350 while I take a nap.
Okay.
At this hotel with this $350, you can either do a red wine tasting or
Okay.
your 80-minute massage or facial.
Ooh. What time of day is it?
It's going to be after we've done all that stuff. So we've already gone archering. So it's probably late
Okay.
afternoon, early evening.
I'm gonna do the wine.
Oh, you're pre-gaming. Proud of you. All right. So Allison is going to be 4 glasses of wine in by the time I wake up.
Wake up from your
Get
nap.
ready. And now it's time to go to dinner. Now, we did breakfast and lunch at the barn, which is where they do their breakfast and lunch. But dinner, you can choose to do it at the barn, which turns into absolute fine dining, multiple course. Hey, if you got a sports jacket, wear it. Or if you're
Wow.
not into that, which is kind of where it started to feel like a cruise ship to me, right? Where there was like
Yeah,
an
you can
option of a
choose.
place to dress up. And then there was a more relaxed place. But even the relaxed place is still like a nice date restaurant. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not like going to Chili's. It's
Yeah.
yeah. So we're going to go to the Dagwood, which is a little more relaxed just because we haven't been there. And there you can get stuff like roasted butternut soup, charred cabbage, honey rosemary roasted chicken, North Carolina strawberries and cream. I mean, we are just happy McHappy girls.
Delicious.
Okay. So at this point, we're done with dinner. And we are,
Okay.
unfortunately, over budget.
Oh no.
Because this place is expensive.
Yeah.
So at this point, we're literally at $10,100. But I looked at their activities, like more of what we could add on. And one of the things that you can add on is guided journaling for $150 an hour.
Wow.
I don't know what you do. I think you do sit with a book and a person, and then they help you journal.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I know.
Okay.
That you and I can do that for $100.
Oh yeah. So we're offering a discount.
Yeah, we're gonna go into town. We just need to make $100. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So we're gonna go back into town where that general store is. We're going to offer guided journaling for $100 an hour. We're gonna say you could go to that fancy place up there and do this for $150, or you could do it with us and our patented self-reflection method, the 10K5. First prompt: what's your obsession right now?
Yeah, that's so good. Our 10K5.
We'll just use the 10K5. We'll lead them down a little self-reflective journey. All the things. They're going to give us $100 plus $20 for the Uber back home because I didn't plan for that at all. And that brings my total to $10,000.
Woo woo. All right. So that's what Lulu would do with 10K in
the place where you can have a great time close to Unconditionally, Blackberry Farm in Walland, Tennessee.
Yeah, but this is what we would do if we had $10,000 to give away. Okay, so I found this charity that's actually called unconditionalrescue.org. And their quote is, "A rescue where phenomenal dogs shop for their new homes." So they kind of put it on the dogs, but here's the thing about these dogs. They are all elderly or disabled. But it says, but the way that they create this website, you guys, they bring in professional photographers. And these older and disabled dogs have these luxury photo shoots. And their photos on this website are insanely good. And they're like just beautiful pictures. And then they have like descriptions of them. And they say that these type of dogs they list all the reasons why they're so great, the adoptable dogs. And they say the lower energy makes them perfect for busy families. And it says about these dogs that they don't know they're old or disabled. They're just too busy being awesome, cuddly companions. And so they go through all this list about how they bring out the best in people, how they restore faith in humanity, how a lot of older dogs actually have training from their previous life, so it makes it less work for you. So there's like so many great like things about them. So check them out. It's unconditionalrescue.org.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
Okay.
What'd you find?
I found unconditionalfreedom.org.
Oh, cool.
And the more I read about this, the more I loved it. So they started off as kind of not a soup kitchen, but giving food to a lot of the unhoused people, specifically in San Francisco and the Tenderloin. They did weekly food giveaways, yearly Thanksgiving and Christmas meals, but they also include stuff like flowers on the table. They include toys for the children. Everything is nutritious, farm to table. They're just trying to get as much nutrition and happiness and love. Like they say that it comes in handwritten bags that say you are loved, you know, when they give these meals away, like really, really beautiful, cool stuff. Well, the more that I read about it, they also have a very cool project called Unconditional Freedom Project. And listen to this phrase: with the vision of turning prisons into monasteries. So what they
Oh,
do is they've created these courses for prisoners of like meditation, soul
okay.
searching, kind of like we were talking about journaling, lots of
Yeah.
introspection, yoga. And then every student is paired with a volunteer that will correspond with them by mail as they journey through the course.
That's cool. That's
Well,
awesome.
you can actually volunteer as a pen pal. I looked it up. And the
Okay.
cool thing is they give you a whole portal. So this isn't like old school writing to prisoners where like you're literally sending it from your home. This is just
Yeah.
an online portal where your conversations are intimate and they're real, but you are relatively anonymous.
Okay. I love that.
So it's super safe and all that kind of stuff. But it looks really not satisfying, rewarding. It looks really
Yeah.
rewarding to
That's
kind of
awesome.
help transform the prisons from the inside, one person at a time.
That's
I
awesome.
think that's
I
cool.
love that.
I do
Very
too.
cool. Oh,
All
well,
right.
that makes me happy. But let's talk about our actual happies too. So, my happy today is actually at this dance competition, you guys, is a very little happy, but it makes me happy every time I think about it and I have to do it. There's 2 towers at this hotel, Tower 1, Tower 2. The convention center is located in Tower 1. I've been here many times. I'm always put in Tower 2 in the hotel, and then you have to schlep all your stuff to Tower 1 to go to the convention center. Well, I got my room this weekend and I'm in Tower 1. So every time I get in the elevator, it goes straight down to the convention floor. I don't have to get out and walk across the entire building. So with all of our stuff. So it's like I'm literally right upstairs. It's amazing. I walk out and it's right there. That's my
Do you
happy.
ever request Tower 1 when you check in?
I haven't done that before. I normally just book it. So I didn't even request it, but now that I know you could do that, I'll do that next time.
I was just
This was
wondering.
just a luck of the draw.
That's
Yeah.
exciting. But now that you know how much of a difference it makes.
Oh, it's night and day.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So leave that to the newbies, Allie. You're
Yeah,
a pro now.
Yeah. I
You
got
gotta
it
have
down.
your short walk. That's just what you gotta have.
What's your happy?
Well, my happy is part of an annoying sad. My annoying sad is that I lost my wallet yesterday
Ooh.
with all my information, like my social security
Oh,
card,
no.
my driver's license, like
Oh,
and good luck to
no.
anybody that tries to open a credit account because you will be sadly mistaken. But as annoying as that is and how stressful that is, I was able to go on the apps to all my cards and instantly block them. And then I
Yeah,
was
like turn
able
them
to
off.
go onto the My Florida DMV or whatever that is and request a bloop, 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 like $25, give me my license.
Yeah,
So I was able to kind of do everything I needed to do within 20 minutes,
that's great.
which, I'll take that as a win. I'll take that as my happy.
Yeah.
That actually fixing the problem kind of, I did as much as I can do. And now I'm just waiting for people to steal my identity.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Crazy. Well, let's turn that frown upside down and let's do some improv. So now it's time for
10K Roleplay.
Okay, are you ready?
yes.
All right, so Alison, the word was unconditional.
Hmm.
You are the leader of a movement.
Okay.
The movement is an anti-hair product movement. No hair
Okay.
products.
Okay.
Your movement is called Unconditional.
I was wondering, I was like, where is this going? Of course. Oh, unconditional. Okay.
Yeah, no hair products. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi. What's your obsession today?
Well, my obsession right now is tea tree oil because I have found that in the movement that I've created, Unconditional, which means no conditioner for all, conditioner actually, it's the worst hair product for you, if you guys didn't know, because of all of the ingredients involved in making conditioner.
Oh, like
There's a lot of
what kind of ingredients? What kind of them?
I'm glad you asked. There are a lot of animal secretions inside
Mm.
conditioners, and the way that they get the secretions it's not a pleasant thing for the animal. And then also in addition to that, there are what we call strippers, and not like the stripper on the pole, but strippers that strip your hair of its natural like uh bounciness and oils that are healthy. In
Mhm.
addition to that,
Mhm.
the worst thing that it has is what's called anti hair follicle treatments. And
Okay.
and it's AHFT. That's probably the full name is the anti-hair follicle treatments, but AHFT is what you'll see in the books in science places. And um, so what happens with that is it actually is taking the root of your hair and it's literally blocking growth. So conditioners right now are because they make them very cheaply. So that's what we want to get rid of. So back to my obsession. My obsession is tea tree oil because what I've found is the most natural way to clean your hair and to keep it healthy. And here's what's even better, you don't have to put it on your whole head. You take the tea tree oil and you just put it on your scalp. The tea tree oil actually seeps into your brain and into your skin, and it tells your body to clean itself. So it actually cleans the hair follicles from the inside, and you
Uh-huh.
never actually have to wash your hair and especially use conditioner.
Right. This might be a great time to remind everyone listening that 10K Dollar Day does not endorse the treatments by this experimental protest club. So don't get that mixed up with our obsessions. Okay.
Yeah, don't
All right.
actually try it. We're
Don't
gonna get
do
an
any of
email
this.
that's like, "You burnt my scalp. I have third
I
degree
know.
burns on my scalp."
They're
Okay.
like, I put enough where it would seep into my brain, and for some reason, my hair looks terrible. Okay.
Okay.
Um, what's on your wish list?
Well, on my wish list is I wish that I could hire about 10 more people for my magazine crew. So I'm creating a magazine that's gonna go out across the world and online. But right now it's just me and my friend, Margaret, and we're the only two people that are working on this magazine right now. And I need a bigger team. So I need 10 people who can be like an editor, who can be an interviewer, who can draw my illustrations, because there's not a lot of research out there about hair products and conditioner being so bad for you. So I need someone to actually create illustrations on that because there's not actual like proof yet or actual pictures. So I need a pretty big team for my new magazine. And yeah, so that's my wish list is to build that magazine team so I can really, get the publications out.
Oh, that's great. So,
Yeah.
besides the magazine, if you had
hmm
$10,000, what would you do with it? How would you spend it in one day?
Sure. I think this is kind of crazy, but I think if I had $10,000 to spend in one day, I would actually buy a uh, llama farm. And the reason
Oh,
why is because llamas, it's not widely known, but they have the best coats of hair. So what happens is if we can study these llamas, and actually you can actually shave llamas and you can use their hair to like graft onto your hair, it'll actually
oh,
fuse and it makes your hair stronger. So instead of using all of those bad products like that they claim to make your hair follicles stronger. You can actually use llama hair, and then the llama hair will actually make your hair stronger, but they're expensive. So I would absolutely use that 10K to like start my llama farm and really like purchase maybe the first llama or maybe the first two so I can then start to mate the llamas.
That seems like it's going to be pretty complex, but I I'm glad
Yeah.
that you just have your llama husbandry goals set
Yeah.
there.
It's gonna be great.
So, if you had $10,000 to give away,
Hmm.
what would you do?
So if I had $10,000 to give away, I'd actually give it to my own charity that I started, like as a gift. Um, and I would like match it basically. So like I'd be like, oh, here's 5K, and then look, I'm gonna match my own gift. So there's 10K. So I have a
Okay.
charity, and it's
Yes.
called Hair Care If You Dare, and it uses the same. We actually partnered with the DARE program, that's DARE against drugs, right? Because
Mhm.
and we partnered with them, so it's the same logo. The DARE logo is the same, but it just says
Mhm.
the hair care if you dare, because you know how DARE is like anti-drugs. Well, guess what? The stuff you're putting on your head is also drugs for your head. So we partnered with
Okay.
DARE, and I would actually give the 10K to that to keep that charity going, to so we can educate people about the dangers of hair products. And so, yeah, hair care if you dare is where I'd give that 10K.
That's great. Go into the
Yeah.
schools with those
Yeah, yeah,
dare
we and
cars.
we actually put on plays, and sometimes even if the kids get really into it, we actually do free head shavings. So we'll like
Oh,
set up chairs and the kids can like shave each other's heads and like start all over, because sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to shave your head and start over.
that's great. You should pair up with the lice people.
Yeah, well, lice wouldn't be an issue if people, like got into my hair care or lack
You're
thereof.
right. You're
Yeah.
right. Okay, well, final question.
Yes.
What's your happy?
Well, my happy is that I actually just found this new headband that I like. And I don't normally put a lot of scrunchies or hair ties or barrettes because it does
Mm,
do a lot of breakage. But I found this new headband that I like, and it's actually made out of earthworm silk. And so it's completely gentle, and you can actually barely see it. I'm wearing it right now, but you can't see it because it blends into the color of your hair. It's like a camouflaged earthworm. So
okay.
as you put it on your head, it actually becomes the color of your hair. So you can't even see. But as you can see, I actually have really long bangs, and they go all the way to my eyes, but you can't see them
Hmm.
because I'm wearing my earthworm silk headband, and they're pulled all the way back. So it's completely out of my face. That's
So
my
it's
happy.
magic. Okay,
Yeah, it's like a
cool.
magic hairband, as you can see.
Sure, sure. Yeah, that's great. Well, it was great to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Okay. God, see, I'm so glad you did this day and not me. I'm
Why?
gonna read what I because I'm gonna read what I wrote about your unconditional role play. Okay, this is what I wrote.
Okay. Okay.
Lulu, so stupid. You are an elevator operator who has sworn to your post as this elevator operator no matter what happens in this haunted mansion. You have a
Okay.
duty, an unconditional and absolute commitment to this
Okay.
elevator.
Okay. Okay. All right. I am ready.
Unconditional commitment to your elevator in the haunted house. Okay. Hi there. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you so much.
So, what is your current obsession?
My obsession is my wedding ring, which I just had refurbished. I just
Oh,
had it repolished, and it shines like the day that my ex-husband, my old husband, my dead husband, put this on my finger. We were married here at the hotel,
oh,
and I now just sit in the elevator and wait for him because this is the elevator in which he proposed.
Oh, that's so great. Wow, that is commitment. All right,
Yeah.
what's on your wish list?
Well, I wish the elevator was a little bit bigger. I mean, I don't. I love him, and I'm willing to do this in hope to get our corporeal life back. But I have to admit that as I get older, I just want a little space, maybe a window. It would be nice to have my own bathroom in here. Currently, I have to go down to the lobby, which is fine. It's a
Mm,
lovely bathroom. It's always clean. But I would like to have a little bit of privacy. I've been asking them if I could have one elevator just to myself because
mm.
sometimes, when you're sitting there, it is hard. I mean, strangers are coming in here all the time. So it's not like it's
Yeah.
a private space for me. But all in all, I can't complain. They do let me just kind of hang out in the elevator all day long, which is really important to me. I just would like, just a little bit of space. Maybe
No,
an
I get
extra
that.
room. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you had $10,000 to spend on yourself, how would you do it?
Have you seen those little projectors that make your room look like a galaxy?
I have, yes.
I think that could really work in an elevator because it's a pretty small space.
That's actually a
But
great idea.
in order for but I really want to make sure that I use my $10,000. So, when you put it up, I'm going to put real gems in addition
Oh,
to the stars so that when it
okay.
lights up, it actually twinkles. And I can
Mm,
sit in the elevator and imagine that my poor dead husband and I are staring at the stars as we always used to love to do.
oh, that's so sweet. Well,
Yeah.
if you had $10,000 to give away, where would you give it?
Well, I wouldn't. He was a not generous man. He always said, what's ours is ours. And we worked real hard. And just to be kind of respectful to the way that he liked to live, I actually
Oh,
don't believe in giving any money away at all. I think that if you've earned it, you've earned it. And if you didn't earn it, you don't get it.
yeah. Well, that's your opinion. I love it. Okay, so what's your happy?
My happy is that I'm rich enough to put jewels in my elevator so I don't ever have to worry about the people that don't have anything. It makes me very happy that my life only revolves around this little bejeweled elevator with strangers in it. And I am quite happy to just be around only rich people at this hotel because at least it's a very nice one. And if he had proposed to me, at I don't know, a Hilton Garden Inn or something, and I had to live there, it would have been fine. They have a free breakfast and I like the
Oh,
points, but it just isn't the same as being at a big nice hotel. So
yeah.
I'm very happy that he proposed to me in a nice hotel so that if I had to live in an elevator, it's a nice elevator and I don't have to deal with the riffraff that would stay at a Hilton
Oh.
Garden Inn.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. I know that I brightened your day.
Gosh, that was so funny. All right, you guys. Thank you all for being here too. This was 10K Dollar Day. We're so excited that we got to spend about an hour with you every single week. Again, sign up for our newsletter. We'll have lots of fun stuff in there. So check that out. And if you had fun, check us out on Patreon. That's www, giving the whole thing, 10kdollarday.com/Patreon. That's Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support this podcast, and every little bit helps. All right, 10K Dollar Day is produced by 10K Dollar Day LLC. Intro by Stan Collins. 10K logo art by Jacob McAllister. 10K jingle by Rockwell and Rose. The vintage 10K Saturday voiceover by Charlie Hume. Thanks as always to Buzzsprout. We're going to end this podcast how we end it every single week with friends like us.
Who needs amenities?